I'm going to keep saying it, parents. We got to be careful and monitor who our children are associated with, who they hanging with, because it's getting ridiculous. Kids don't even know how to handle their emotions. They're like don't get me wrong, like I've had fights, I've had arguments with my friends, but never has it been a situation where we were so emotional to the point where we want to kill each other. And I'm talking about we had some egregious things to say to one another. We had some horrible banter coming up. But one thing that never led to is killing one another. We may have threw hands, we may have wrestled. We went back to playing ball, playing on the sticks. Never in my life did I think about taking out my friends.
An 18-year-old accused of killing a friend after a disagreement over food is now in custody 2 weeks after the shooting.
LaMarcus Darden Jr. is accused of shooting Jarvis Davis at a Fort Worth apartment after Davis would not share his French fries. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the victim's mom today. Peyton.
Over French fries? Really, over French fries. You took out your friend over French fries. And this is what I'm talking about. Just senseless. Not over a girl, not over you stole from me, not over something. And you shouldn't do that within those circumstances either, but come on, French fries.
Steve, and multiple people witnessed this shooting inside of an apartment, including children. So Fort Worth police tell me they were confident in who they were looking for. We now know this 18-year-old suspect was tracked down all the way to Tyler, Texas. That's about 140 miles away from Fort Worth. He was tracked down to a hotel. Fort Worth police tell me it's possible he has family in that area, but he's now back in North Texas. That suspect is at the Tarrant County Jail tonight.
It's so senseless.
Senseless. That's how Sharika Kennedy describes the murder of her son.
Why? Now, that's the question. Why? No, my baby was probably genuinely his friend. My baby wasn't expecting him to shoot him. Everybody in the house was like, they thought he was joking about the fries.
19-year-old Jarvis Davis shot and killed inside this West Fort Worth apartment near Camp Bowie in 820 back on January 28th. Witnesses told police a group just got back from grabbing food at Wingstop when there was an argument. Investigators say Davis didn't share his fries with the suspect, later identified as 18-year-old LaMarcus Darden.
My son's girlfriend was laying on his lap at the time of it, and she said she just heard a glass break. A gunshot and a glass break.
Fort Worth police say Darden pulled out a handgun, shot Davis in the head, and took off from the complex. He was tracked down nearly 2 weeks later. Kennedy, a mother of 8, now with a missing piece in her family,
Coward.
and frustrated considering she says her son and Darden were friends.
How it happened is just, I'm never going to be okay with it. I'm never going to be okay with it.
You shouldn't.
And Darden transferred to the Tarrant County Jail yesterday. He is charged with murder. This evening, we reached out to his attorney. They got back to us. The attorney tells us he's not ready to make a public statement at this time.
I mean, what can what can the attorney say? Regardless of what transpired, you took an innocent life over something meaningless. So what if he didn't want to share his fries? What it was, everybody else got it sounded like everybody else had something to eat. He asked for some fries. He didn't like the response. And you know how kids are. You know how we do, like like you know, careless banter, talking about like, oh, okay, with your big and A. I bet you hungry, ain't it? No, brokey. You know what I'm saying? You get go somewhere with your broke self. Like I ain't sharing my fries. It probably was something like that. I guarantee it. and you couldn't take the embarrassment. So, and then the girls was there, the ladies was there. I can only imagine the girls was there. So everybody just chuckling at you, and you took your friend's life over some French fries. Cause it's no argument. It's nothing that you can really say. It's no justification for it at all. You took your friend's life over some French fries. And because you couldn't handle your emotions, now your life is ended. Your friend's life is ended over some fries. Like this, it's just crazy. Like fellas, if you got young sons, man, we got to get our young men emotions intact. All because life happens to you don't mean that you react. And I see it all the time, and I see it in grown men. It's a lot of grown men out here, their emotions are not intact. They too wishy-washy. It's all over the place. This is why you have a lot of men talking about, when it comes down to the red pill entertainment. This is why you've had people talk about staying in frame. It's not about bashing women or things of that nature. The base level part of it is learning how to hold frame, learning how to push those emotions aside. For the longest in my life, when growing up, I didn't even realize I was being bullied going to school. I'm talking about middle school, high school. I didn't even realize I was being bullied. Why? Because dudes knew still, yeah, they may crack jokes on me. They may talk about me, may talk about my clothes, may talk about my stature and everything like that. But at the end of the day, outside of that, a lot of people still respected me. They knew I would fight. They knew, and not fight if you didn't put your hands on me, but I would fight if you put your hands on me. I would get back at you with a joke. These children, these young men that's growing up, they don't have a balance. They don't have a balance of this. It's just one way, right? It's based upon how you feel. How I feel. I feel like I was disrespected. I feel like I need to say this. Man, forget all that feeling stuff. I don't feel like going to work every day, but you know what? I get up, right? I got to do what I got to do, right? But on the flip side of that, parents, we have to be more mindful. We got to start vetting our children's friends. I've said it in several videos now. I'm going to keep harping on it because this is what happens. These senseless killings, that man could have been at home with his mother. He could have still been living his life, a young child, a young kid. But his life is gone because of his friend over some French fries. Senseless, man. It's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.